So what I do now is also, we've started recently mounted archery with horses, and archery, yeah, it's amazing. It is the most empowering, most freeing. It's also art, it's like a dance, you know. And to have this connection through yoga and our breath, and then the archery mounted on the horse, it just creates, I mean, people's face just light up. I mean, and I've had people who haven't ridden horses, who have never done archery, and it's just like after 1 hour's class they're thinking, oh my God, I thought I was interested in this, but this is just amazing. It is, it's just, and it's very, it really is very healing as well. It's just, you find this joy and you connect to this deep joy inside and this sort of freeing thing, empowering. You feel strong, you feel you can, I can go out there and fight again life. It's okay, it's gonna be all right. So I really enjoy doing that. And I do it together with Johanna, who works with me. She's from Sweden. She came as a volunteer many, many years ago when I lived in Calvita still. And since then she's worked with us. She's a yoga teacher too. She did our training with us here, and she's very experienced with horses and training as well. So we've created that part together. And then another thing that we do is a lot of meditation and mindful meditation. And this can be with the horses,
Is
free.
it like a class that you provide?
It's a class. So people come, the horses are free. We sit in a circle and I take them on a guided meditation, pranayama, breath work. And we're really lowering everyone's, grounding people, but at the same time their vibration is becoming higher, more at a higher intensity. And when this happens, the horses, you can just see them. They come up and they start to hang. They choose people. Whatever they feel that energy is in the person, they're either reflecting it, or sometimes the horse is coming up because that person they feel can help them. Often it is they're going to that person to help them. And I've just seen, it's not something we ask of them, it just happens by itself with the horses. I create the space, that safe space for the human and the horses to interact, and the rest happens by itself. And I've read a lot about this and known about this in the past, but it's not something I was going to do. My horses took over and decided, we're doing this. So I said, okay. It started with me, my experiences. I had years ago a friend of mine, she was a yoga teacher and she was going to give a yoga class. She was actually doing the YTT. And she has rheumatoid arthritis since a young age, and it was giving her a lot of problems and pain. We were in the pasture, sitting on the ground in meditation, and I was actually taking some photos, and one of my horses walked straight up to her, put her head about that far from her head, and stood there for 20 minutes without moving. The horse came up in her mind at the exact time this person was thinking, oh, the pain is really strong, how am I going to give a class this evening? During that time, the pain started to go down. Then the pain went. At the exact moment that pain left, my horse turned and walked away. Another time for me at an emotional level, one of my horses, I'd lost my cousin who was like my sister for me. She'd passed away for unknown reasons, and I was in a lot of grief. I just went out and sat with the horses, and one of my horses came up, put his head here, here, sort of went up and down, almost like clearing chakras. I don't know what was going on, but my grief and my anger and frustration turned into joy and connection with my cousin. And as soon as I was in that place of harmony, in that sattvic feeling of well-being, my horse left, and it was gone. And so that was my first opening into that. And so since then, I got to do the yoga teacher training. So in those yoga teacher trainings, we'll have a meditation with the horse. It's not so much about the horses, they're doing their yoga training, but we do interact with the horses. And so often these students have emotional releases, blockages. A lot of young girls who come with their emotional problems, you know, of the preoccupation of how they're seen by others, whether it's their weight, their beauty, their this, their that, and or their issues with their parents or relationships. And these things are just, they don't even know why, but they emotionally start to cry. It's released, and when it is, the horse walks away. And from then, so I've started opening up the space, allowing this space to happen for people.